Wealthy Legacy Journeyers, welcome back to the Wealthy Legacy Journey, the show where we talk about building wealth on purpose for a purpose, where we encourage you to explore the unknown, to conquer new frontiers, to know that your journey is powerful, and to leave a wake that is a wealthy legacy. I'm your host, Kendell Liden, and the title of today's episode is Moving Transition, Nowhere to Call Home. And so that's why I'm just going to apologize in advance for the low quality video, the low quality audio on this video. It's because I literally just have myself and my laptop and my phone, and that's it. So I don't have any of the lights. I don't have the upgraded camera. I definitely don't have the upgraded mic or any of that stuff that we've recently added to the show, but it's just going to be hopefully for 1 week. And let's look at that title name, though. No, we have moving transition, nowhere to call home. And right now, our home is sold. We do not have our new fifth wheel yet. And so we're just kind of like in this waiting period. We're staying with some family and just trying to figure out, what does this look like right now? Like, what does schedules look like? What is, so many different things as we're in this transition period. It's been weird to like give up some of those freedoms but continuing to have that definitiveness of purpose and having that why reason behind what we're doing. And that really just drives us forward, even though there are definitely difficulties in the transition. We have this just strong confidence that the sacrifice that we're making is going to be worth it. But I will say, there has been lots of tears and long days from this past moving week. The long days coming from obviously moving all the stuff, getting stuff where it needs to go as we're getting prepared to move into our new place. The tears being from saying those goodbyes. When Libby and I first bought that property that we've been in since I started the Wealth Legacy journey. It was 1 acre in Joshua, Texas, with a house and or it's a mobile home, but it was a newer mobile home. It's very nice. We had fixed it all up just the way we wanted, and it was beautiful. Um, it was it was hard to say goodbye. It was a home that we really loved. We loved having our freedom just to do whatever we wanted. But with that freedom came the responsibility of not overstacking ourselves, which we did. And we had the farm, we had 3 dogs, we had chickens, we had rabbits. When I say rabbits, I think at one point we had like 13 rabbits. We had, a whole bunch of chickens. We talked about getting more chickens. We had sheep. We're just trying to find all these. We had a greenhouse and we're doing aquaponics. We were trying to find all these different ways to do like some farming and homesteading. We're trying to find all these different ways to make money. And we're just honestly getting distracted just by all these different things that you could get distracted by. And so Libby and I really came to this conclusion of like how it was about a year ago. How can we simplify our lives and get more focused? I'm really excited because we're very close to hitting that 6 figure net worth mark. And that in my mind was the mark of when we hit that point, Libby and I are going to both sit down and look at what's happened since the beginning of the Wealthy Legacy journey being recorded. Obviously, we've been living out our Wealthy Legacy journey for a few years longer than that. But either recapping like the entire journey so far, at least the last, probably I think the whole journey up to this point, which I think would be just really exciting to just get to share with you all the behind the scenes of not only just the stuff that you guys have seen over the past year plus, but everything before that as well. And Libby has really the stronger memory of the two of us, and so for her to be able to kind of help me think about like all these things that we've been through, like, oh yeah, that's right, we did go through this and go through that. Because it hasn't been, definitely all sunshine and roses. But as Libby and I said those final goodbyes, we closed that front door to our beautiful home for the very last time. We watched our last sunset there at our property, and just had to say those goodbyes. It was really hard. We actually recorded a video, and at some point, I want to upload a portion of it that I just think will be helpful for anybody who has to make sacrifices for their wealth legacy journey. To the behind the scenes portion of our recordings here. But yeah, it was really hard, just that full realization of what we're doing, taking 3 little kids, 5 and under, or not even 5, under the age of 5, um, into a fifth wheel, 400 square foot space, letting go of our own, freedom as far as having our own home, having our own property. But, just exploring the unknown, conquering new frontiers, and building a powerful journey that leaves the weight that is a wealthy legacy. Like it takes sacrifice, it takes doing things that nobody else does. Um, and so that's just a part of what we're doing right now. So I have this verse though that I read this week and I wanted to share it with you guys. Proverbs 21:20. There is precious treasure and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man swallows it up. And I took a lot of encouragement in that verse this week as Libby and I are making this transition. The biggest part of this transition being it frees up a lot of cash flow for us to be able to feed our business. Um, so through this, we're going to free up about $1,500 to $2,000 a month in cash flow to be able to feed the business because we are lowering our expenses drastically. It's really exciting. An update that just happened over the last week or so is the things have all closed that we needed to from NK Legacy Properties and specifically Hudson for all of that to be in the green. And so we're finally making money. We've got a couple more lots to sell, and those are just going to be cash in the bank, which is very exciting. Our personal property, Vinery, it's in the green. We're making, just transparency, about $56,000 off of selling our home. And so after tithe, it puts us around 51, I think it was. And then we're going to buy our trailer. Our trailer after tax, title, and license will be all in about 34,000. And so you can see that we're obviously in the green on that one as well, which is very exciting. That was one of our goals. So we have about $15,000 of extra capital there from the sale of the house. We're hoping to have a little bit more, but we ended up getting a little bit nicer trailer. Still 20, I think it's a 2014. So it's not like crazy brand new or anything like that. But it's just going to fit our family's needs a little bit better than some of the lesser expensive ones that we're looking at. And to us, we realized like that's kind of important, having 3 kids, trying to move into a fifth wheel, probably need to get something that really fits what our family's needs are as far as like space and orientation and all that kind of stuff. And so we found the fifth wheel. Obviously, we're going to pick it up this next Wednesday, but to have $15,000 or roughly left over is going to be great. Plus, we still have about $6,000 of our own capital that we have just saved. So that, combining with the 15,000 gives us about 21. And then we have another roughly $8,000 coming in at this time from Hudson. It should be give or take. We got to finish out the books on it, but it'll be somewhere in that ballpark. And so that'll bring us up to like 29 or something like that. And that'll be that's 8,000 after tithes. I think it'll be like 9 tithes, be about 8. Could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less. So we're probably going to be somewhere between like $25,000 and $30,000 all said and done. And plus we still have the Palestine lot, which we have like $11,000 invested into that property. After, right now we just did a price drop on that one, dropped it from 46 to 39.8. We've got a lot of good interest. Just trying to figure out what the right price point is, but still there's obviously a lot of margin there. I think we can drop the price all the way down to like 30, probably like 34. And then after title and all closing costs and all that kind of stuff, should be able to still clear doubling our money around 28, which is fantastic. So really excited about the Palestine lot. There's plenty of margin there to be able to continue making decisions and pivot and adjust the price there as needed and still be able to double our money, which is really exciting. And then we have, a lot of capital in hand at this time. And so, we're just looking at, now after this transition to be able to have, recurring positive cash flow. We've greatly reduced our monthly expenses. I'm looking at how do I get back to that self-employed? How do I go full-time back into doing this thing, right? I want to be able to focus on the wealth legacy journey, these recordings and the teachings and the doodles and all that kind of stuff, which I'm not doing a doodle this week because I don't have all my tech. But, being able to do this, being able to do our investments and focusing on, building our wealth and being able to teach other people and encourage other people and help other people. So there's one other thing, one other door that I'm kind of knocking on. And there could be some people that as you watch through the journey, like, what the heck? I keep circling around. But let me preface this with when Libby and I made this transition, we really thought, we've got to try all these different things in life, right? We've got to do kind of like the homesteading thing. We've got to do some gardening. We've got to do farm animals. We've got to do having several kids. We've gotten to be married. We've gotten to have a house. We've gotten to, do all these different things. We've gotten to do the businesses. With the business, we've gotten to do like my home option and straight up like internet marketing stuff. We've gotten to do flips. We've got all these different things, which we will recap everything that we've done. This is a very long list, but in a fun, exciting way whenever we hit our six-figure net worth officially. Technically, I guess we do between JV partnerships, but I'm thinking more like solo net worth of things that, where we're at right now with our own personal cash investments. So anyways, um, yeah, when I look back, we're like, what are the big things that we want to be able to still focus on? And the big three were want to be able to focus on our marriage, want to be able to focus on our children, and want to be able to focus on our business, not in any particular order. Um, and those were the three things that we felt like the Lord was pressing into our heart. The three things on this earth that we really were designed to pursue all out. Like, what would those things be? And those were the three that made the list. So that means the farm went, the house went, the property went, all that stuff that took time, energy, and attention to keep up with. Right now, it just wasn't. It's like, get that aside and let's focus in. And so with the business, as you guys know, I'm an investor. And so two of the ways that I've enjoyed investing the most is I've loved doing the stocks and I've loved doing the real estate. I find them both to be really fascinating. And so my dad and I, Tim, are actually talking about doing a 50-50 JV partnership where we do a stock marketing course. And basically he trades full-time 1 week and I trade full-time the next week. And then, or it's basically full-time. It's like 7 hours a day, but it starts really early in the morning. And then the back half of the days of the stock market week, I'd catch up on my day job. And then the other weeks that I'm off, I would, be playing catch up and just making sure that I had everything done. But I'm a contractor. I'm a 1099. So the great part is it's not like a 40-hour clock in kind of deal. It's just getting all the tasks done. So I feel confident that that's something I might be able to do. Still praying about what we should do. But, Libby and I really talked about how much we wanted to be diversified and open up our options, not be stuck to just doing a certain thing. So we're both kind of on the same page with that. The other things that we really want to be able to be working on is I want to be able to read the books, and so that way we can work on the American Dream or Lie book that we're putting together, and also doing Double Dare Your Money. And so next spring our goal is to really go hard and heavy on doing the garage sales, the estate sale, garage sale flipping stuff, and build out Double Dare Your Money again from the bottom up. Libby and I are very excited about it. I think it was busy season, not quite the right time this last time around. But you're talking, spring of 2025, I think will be a much better time. Katie will be 2, and then everybody else is older than that from there. And we want to wait on our next one is kind of the goal, next kiddo. And so that's just going to give us some breathing room there to be able to build out some of these things that we really want to build. So I don't know. It's kind of an exciting time that we're at, this time of transition, this time of figuring out, like what's next. What is it going to look like? And really, I don't have all those answers. But yeah, I still doing a lot of digging in. Watched a really cool Dan Martell video this last week, and a 2-part series by Myron Golden, which I'll probably talk about more next week. I'm loving the doodles that we're doing. I'm actually thinking about doing the video structure a little bit differently, where the first part of the videos, I do the doodle and kind of teach the lesson. And then the second part of the video is more of the life update. That way, if some people want to stop in just for the lesson, they don't necessarily want the life update, they can do so. But if they want to hear the life update and like where we're at on our own personal wealth legacy journey, then they can stay for part 2 of the video where we talk about more of our personal stuff. But yeah, just to recap, going back to that verse again, there is precious treasure and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man swallows it up. So if in your personal budget, as you're being the CFO of your life, the chief financial officer, just look at where are you at financially. Are you storing up precious treasures and oil in your house? Or are you swallowing up everything that you produce? If you're swallowing up everything, then, it says a foolish man swallows it up. But the precious treasure and the oil is in the dwelling of the wise. So how can you be wise and free up some of that treasure, oil, or as I would call it, cash flow, even as we're doing right now, making some sacrifices to make that happen, but wise sacrifices, and then be able to put that extra treasure and oil and cash flow to the right places for them to be able to start growing themselves, such as a 2-acre lot in Palestine, or tax sales, or options and stocks and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, today I was planning to have it be a little bit shorter on update. So I think this is pretty much it for me. But yeah, it's a weird transition. Lots of unknowns, lots of like what's next. But I'm really excited for what's next. I think we're going to be able to continue taking the show to higher and higher levels, just being able to do things better and better. I think that this transition is going to really help open up some doors for my family in our own wealthy legacy journey. Just making these sacrifices in order to build and grow, I think is going to be, I hope it's encouraging to you guys. I think it's going to bring a lot of success and encouragement to my family. And lots of cool things on the front of looking at, okay, we're going to have some extra capital now. What do we do with that capital? How do we get it working for us? And what can we learn? How can we grow to be able to do more stuff? What kind of coaches and mentors can we get in our life to be able to get us to where we want to go? So with all that said, guys, I'm going to close out the episode right there. It's been awesome hanging out with you guys. Sorry again for the lower quality video, audio, lighting, all that kind of stuff. But next week, I'm hoping to be in the trailer with everything set up and at least kind of back heading towards the direction of a nicer space. I'm gonna let Libby, my awesome wife, put her little design touch on the space, and hopefully we can end up with a really cool recording setup, background, all that kind of stuff. So it's been awesome hanging out with you guys. With all that said, this has been another episode dedicated to you and your own personal wealthy legacy journey. Now get out there, take the right next step, do the things that you need to do in order to explore the unknown, conquer new frontiers, know that your journey is powerful, and build a wake that is a wealthy legacy. I'm excited to hear what kind of breakthroughs and successes you guys have. Let me know about them in the comments. Hit me up directly, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye, everybody.